as a woman, as a lady, you are filled with yummy, scrumptious, sensual, creative, feminine goddess energy. You hear me? Hi gems, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the things that they forgot to teach you in sex ed. Now, just as a disclaimer, I may get a little bit passionate. I may raise my voice a little bit. You know, you may see it on my face with my facial expressions, but it's only out of love. Okay, it's only out of love. You may be triggered. You may feel some type of way about it, but you know, hear me out. To start this video off, I want to say that sex is not equal for men and women. You need to leave. Do not come for me. I know the girls love to tussle. I know they want to be a man so bad, but in the patriarchy, sex is not the same for man and for women. Now, I'm going to be going over 3 different ways that sex is not equal for women and men, and the first way is going to be socially. When it comes to the patriarchy, we know that being a woman and engaging in sex, it is accompanied with shame and guilt because it is rooted in female suppression. It is rooted with misogyny. It is rooted in misogynoir. It is a lot of BS that comes along with it. And I'm not saying that it's right. I'm just saying that it is what it is. It is a part of a lot of our experiences, unfortunately. And it can be really challenging to navigate. But also you can turn the negative into positive. Like you can alchemize all the that the patriarchy tried to use to suppress you and use it in a way to lift you up, to empower you to get what you want to get. You know what I'm trying to say? Some people hate to hear this coming, but to be real, like you cannot move like a man when it comes to sex. You just can't do it. Like, I mean, you can, but it's going to work at a disadvantage. If you really just sit down and think about it, when men in society go about, you know, being sexual beings or whatever, it is looked at and viewed at completely differently than it is compared to a woman in the patriarchy. Okay, so if you want to go ahead and be sexually liberated, mind you, to be sexually liberated, that means that you can choose to be sexually active or not, or you can go about sex however you see fit. It doesn't necessarily mean just be out there sucking in, but you know, whatever. That's usually the context or the connotation that people get from that phrase, sexual liberation. But if you choose to be sexually free or liberated or frivolous or whatever, it does come at a disadvantage because whether you want to admit it or not, it is power. It is power. And it took me a while to come to that conclusion. Like, I would hear it all the time, but I'll just be like, ugh, like that is just so annoying. Like, what do you mean is power? But like, I now understand that yes, it is power. The things that men will do for the things in between your legs. And you can wield and use that power however you see fit, morally fit, socially fit, you know, that's on you. But at the end of the day, you need to cultivate that power strategically and wisely, okay? You just cannot be out here just, I mean, you can because the girls love to tussle when you tell them what to do. You can do whatever you want to do, but I'm just saying, if you're out here willy-nilly with your power, it comes at a huge, huge disadvantage because it's like you're throwing your power away, essentially, like you're leaking oil. Like it's not going to work out in your favor the way you think it's going to work out in your favor, if that makes sense, in the patriarchy, okay? The next way that sex is not equal between the sexes is going to be biologically. Listen, I know you want to be a man so bad, okay? I know you want to be out here sucking and fucking just like how the niggas be sucking and fucking, but keep it real. You are not a man. We are literally biologically different, and it does not have to be a bad thing. It can be a good thing, okay? But biologically, when you are laying down with someone, your brain are releasing neurotransmitters and hormones that will inevitably cause you to be attached to the man that you're laying with. So you over here, you have all these different sneaky links, or whatever y'all be calling it nowadays. Y'all have all these people that you guys are laying with, and you think that you're not gonna get attached. But what really happens, Miss Girl, you get attached. You get attached real bad, and you end up having the shorter end of the stick, because guess what? That man is not attached. That man is not attached because what's going on in his brain through neurotransmitters and through biological chemicals and hormones is not the same thing that's going to go through your brain as a lady and as a woman. Period. I know you want to suck like a man suck. I get it. Not really, but I can wrap my head around it. You know what I'm trying to say? But that's not what's going to happen. You are biologically engineered to attach. When you sleep with someone, that's just it. It is what it is. It's science. Women are more likely to become attached to the man that they are laying with, and not so much. Men don't give a fuck. Men actually do not care. Okay, want to know what happens after they nut? After they nut, they get nut clarity, and they look at you, and they look at themselves, and they get the fuck on. Okay, or they look at you and they think to themselves, how can I benefit from this further? And you want to know what they continue to do? They will continue to lead you on, because you are going to get more and more attached. Your guard is going to lower, your heart is going to soften, and they are going to sap you dry. They are going to sap you dry. Men do not care. When they lay down with you and they get back up and they live their lives, they do so and they don't look back. Meanwhile, you over here doing the same thing and they're on your brain 24/7. You can't think straight. You can't conduct your daily activities, because men and women are not the same biologically. When it comes down to sex, there are two different things that are going on in a man's brain and in a woman's brain. And it is what it is. It shouldn't be something that's cursed. Like, it should be embraced, because that means that you should be a lot more mindful of the people that you choose to lay with. That's what that means, because quite frankly, you have a lot more to lose. But we're going to get into that later on in the video. Okay? I know y'all want to be like, oh, well, men and women, we're equal and we should be able to do the same thing. Da, da, da. Girl, just hear me out. Do you really want to act like a man? Just you know, do you really want to be out here moving like how men move? Men are damn near pathological sociopaths. Okay? Have you met a man? Honestly, men literally go from lady to lady to lady to lady. Emotional intelligence out the door. Okay? Mindful of consequences. They don't give a. They don't care. Is that how you want to move? Just be real with yourself. They are literally controlled by their lower regions. That's not a way to live life. I'm sorry. Like, I don't want to be compared to a man. I don't want to be like a man in that way. I don't, because that is crazy to me. The way that they engage in sex is not something that I want to like achieve. I don't want to be like that. That's insane. I don't want to be like that, girl. And you should really think about whether you want to move and act like a man in that way as well, because in my opinion, that's not healthy. The way men be out here is not healthy. There's screws missing. Literal screws are missing, okay? So, yeah. Sex is not the same socially between men and women. Sex is not the same biologically between man and woman. Okay, girl, your hormonal makeup, it's just different. Okay, the neurotransmitters is the chemicals be different. Okay, you're gonna get attached. Most likely, you're going to get attached. Okay, so the third and final way that sex is not equal between man and woman is going to be energetically. Okay, energetically. As a woman, as a lady, you are filled with yummy, scrumptious, sensual, creative, feminine goddess energy. You hear me? You are filled with it, especially if you've done the work, especially if you've been journaling, doing your yoga, going outside, you've been more intentional with taking care of yourself, you're on your spiritual journey. Like, you are filled. You know your value, you know your worth. You are filled with yummy, scrumptious, feminine goddess energy. Okay, now with that yummy feminine energy, that's a receptive energy. Okay, that means you don't chase, you attract. Yes, this is that video. Yes, okay, you don't chase, you attract. Now, when it comes to sleeping with a man, even though you are receiving physically, energetically, you are giving. You're giving your yummy, scrumptious, beautiful, sensual, feminine goddess energy to that man. Okay? You're giving your energy to him. He's dumping his trash energy into you. You ever wondered how when you sleep with a man, now you're all foggy, can't think straight, but he's over here, you just put a battery in his back. He's happy, he got energy, now he can do whatever he wants to do. There's an energy exchange. That's what is happening. Okay, you literally, a man needs your energy to live. You are the source. You have the creative energy. It is you, Miss Girl. Men need your energy to live. They crave it. That's all they think about. Literally, from sun up to sundown, that is literally all they think about, is being with a woman. They need your feminine energy. They crave your feminine energy. Okay? What does that mean? That means that you are A, the prize, and B, you should move like you are the prize. And you should value yourself as such because you are worth it. Okay? That means that you need to be mindful with who you choose to give your yummy, sensual, feminine goddess energy to, because you are going to be putting a battery in his back. And you want to make sure that you are giving power to and energy to the right person who's going to be pouring right back into you. That's how it needs to go, right? Well, how is it going to replenish your energy? He needs to be making sure that you're well taken care of. That's how. Okay? You know where I'm going to go with this. You know where I'm going. Bills paid. Dinner ate. Savings account fatter. Vacations took. Separate beds. You know where I'm going with this. He needs to be pouring into you financially, and however other ways you need a man to pour into you. Okay? Some people, they need mental stimulation, whatever that means. Some people, they need emotional stimulation, whatever that means. Just know you're dealing with a man. Okay? So keep your expectations, whatever. But you need to make sure that he's taking care of you in whatever way you need him to take care of you, but make sure you can show for it. You hear me? Make sure you can show for it. He needs to be pouring into you financially just as much as you giving him that yummy, scrumptious, feminine energy, because that's putting a battery in his back for him to go out into the world and be happy and be productive. Yeah, so whatever he does with his time outside, he needs to be pouring that right back into you. That's how that cycle is going to go. Okay? And that's how it is not the same between a man and woman. okay? Energetically, if you're over here just giving your feminine energy away, you are going to be sucked dry. Men are going to suck you dry. If you just out here giving it away willy-nilly, what? No standards, no nothing. Men are going to suck you dry. Pinky promise. They're going to suck you dry. You give them an inch, they will take a mile. That's a man. So you need to make sure that if you're out here willy-nilly with yourself, that you're using your brain. Okay, you're using your brain, because sex is not the same for man and woman socially. It's not the same for man and woman biologically. And it's not the same for man and woman energetically. Period. Period. You're giving your yummy, scrumptious energy away to him, put a battery in his back whole time. You stressed out, your head foggy, you're not thinking straight. Now he's the only thing on your mind. All of a sudden, you're stressed out and you're depressed. Why? Because he put his trash energy back into you. That's what you received from him. So you need to make sure of the man that you're sleeping with. You need to be more mindful of the man that you're sleeping with, and just, food for thought. Food for thought. Alrighty, gems. So that is the end of this video. I know I got a little bit passionate, might have raised my voice some, you might have saw some crazy expressions, but I promise it's out of love, because girl, you have to do better, but you can't do better unless you know better, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't too triggering for you guys to watch. I hope you guys were able to get to the end of the video. If you were, go ahead and leave me a comment down below. And until next time, bye.